What's up guys, CO here with week 5 of the NES. I'm a little bit late on this one because Sunny and I actually kind of had this game last Friday and I've just been super busy. Basically, long story short, real life got in the way again. We needed to buy a new car. We had to go car shopping. We got a car this weekend, thankfully, but it kind of like severely impacted my ability to actually get battles in on time. Thankfully, Sunny and I were both kind of busy last week, so it ended up working out that we were able to get this extended. So sorry there hasn't really been a video for a bit. I've actually already had my my week 6 battle, so I already have that recorded and stuff. But basically I'm planning on having this one go up on Monday. I'm going camping Tuesday through Thursday, and then I'll upload the nerd post-com after I get back, just to kind of space it out a little bit more, because then I should also be having my battle against Danny after that. So this week though, we're taking on Sunny, coach of the Foxborough Patriots. She's a new coach, and she's kind of been on a little bit of a losing streak, but I'm not going to take anything for granted because Sun is not very good against my team, or more accurately, Sun is terrifying for my team, and I don't really have a lot of answers for it. So starting off with the things that I brought before the things that she brought. We have Leftovers Mill Tank with Earthquake, Body Slam, Milk Drink, and Heal Bell. Max HP, 116 attack, 132 defense, 4 plus speed F, and 4 speed. There's a really weird EV spread that basically makes it so I'm able to barely take a Choice Banded V Create in the sun, heal up, take another Choice Banded V Create in the sun, heal up, and then kill with an Earthquake, or switch into Ninetales' Flamethrower, take like 30% or so, and then be able to take another one, heal up, or go for Earthquake or Body Slam. So basically this is a split defense set with enough attack to be able to 2-hit KO stuff when I need it to, and then just sitting there sponging hits otherwise. Next up is Choice Band of Flygon with Earthquake, Fire Punch, U-Turn, and Quick Attack. Max attack, max speed, Jolly allows me to basically speed tie with everything on her team that is a realistic Scarfer. That's Mega Garchomp, by the way, not regular Garchomp. And Leafeon is presumably Chlorophyll, because I don't really know what else it would ever run. So like, it's not going to outrun Leafeon, but it should at least speed tie or outspeed everything else on the team. Next up is Focus Sash Kartana with Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, Knockoff, and Sacred Sword. Max HP, minus attack, 4 special defense, 252 speed. And with 21 attack IVs instead of 31 attack IVs, this basically makes it so I get a plus speed nature with my beast boost instead of plus attack. Again, very specific EV spreads, but basically that makes it so I think I have like 177 speed and 176 attack, I think is what it worked out to. So I basically can Swords Dance up, kill something. Because my base attack is still lower than my speed at that point, I get a plus speed boost, so I end up turning +2 attack, +1 speed, and then at that point I outspeed pretty much everything on her team, I think. If I get up to +2, I obviously outspeed Leafeon, I can just kind of shred through stuff, so definitely expecting Kartana to do a lot this game. Next up is Mental Herb Shuckle with Sticky Web, Stealth Rock, Encore, and Final Gambit. Max HP, 4 defense, and 252 plus speed F. As you can see, she didn't bring defog this week. Her hazard removal as of this game was a little bit limited, so I kind of tried to take advantage of it and then immediately helped her fix that for her future weeks. So this week I have rocks and webs, because if I can get webs up, I can pretty much outspeed everything that I need to outspeed, even with some of my slower stuff, and then it makes it so she just like can't outspeed Mega Alakazam really at all, which is kind of nice. And then Stealth Rock obviously does a pretty decent amount of damage with both Victini and Ninetales here. Next up is Mega Alakazam with Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, and Substitute. 84 HP, 252 plus attack, 4 speed F, and 164 speed allows me to outspeed. Again, everything on her team that I need to outspeed. She has a fairly slow team, or again, as of this battle, so I was able to go modest and still run a decent amount of HP investment and afford, and because Psyshock and Shadow Ball pretty much hit everything, I can afford to go sub Calm Mind and actually set up on Chansey unless it has Seismic Toss or whatever. But basically if I can catch it trying to go for a Thunder Wave or something, as a substitute, I get a free +1 and then Side Shot could almost guaranteed Oko unless she's like max physical defense, which she probably is, but that's beside the point. And then finally, trying to mix it up a little bit, I have a Choice Scarf Tapu Fini with Ice Beam, Surf, Hidden Power Ground, and Shadow Ball, max special attack, max speed, and a little bit of Spadef. This basically just makes it so if I don't get webs up, or if she brought Klefki or even Articuno to defog, and I wasn't able to keep webs up, I still am able to outspeed Mega Garchomp, and I believe 100% of the time Oko it, unless it has like pretty good HP investment. At least with Ice Beam. I was doing a lot of practice this game with Moonblast, but because she has so many fire types, it didn't really work out that well anyway. And it's not like Moonblast was actually, like, it was actually slightly weaker on Mega Garchomp than Ice Beam was. So I figured I might as well have Ice Beam just so I can hit Leafeon too, I guess. So she left behind Magnezone, Klefki, Virizion, Articuno, and Comfey. To be perfectly honest, this is the 6 I expected her to bring, just because this is the 6 that she seems most comfortable with, as well as the 6 that's like scariest to my team. Victini and Manaphy alone are very terrifying. I expect Victini to be Scarfed. If it's not, then I'll be kind of surprised, but I'm able to play around it anyway. Manaphy could be Tail Glow, could be Z Rain Dance, which would also be terrifying, because Z Rain Dance with Surf, like Tapu Fini is really my only switch into that, and then it has Energy Ball too, so I gotta be careful with that. Mega Garchomp does a lot of damage, but is kind of outsped by everything on my team but Shuckle, so I guess it doesn't actually really do a ton. Like, it's gonna hit something, but then it's probably gonna die the next turn anyway. Leafeon is a very, actually surprisingly hard-hitting Sun Sweeper that I gotta be careful for. Kartana is a decent switch into it, but I still have to be fairly careful because it does get bug coverage, and bug coverage is okay against Kartana. Like, it's not great, but it's alright. I expect Ninetales to basically be probably just a Heat Rock set to keep the sun up for as long as possible for both Victini and Leafeon. It could also be like a Sash set, or even like a Z Bloom Doom or something like that, or Z Solar Beam, I guess. But I basically expect it to just be a Sun setter pretty much. And then Chansey's just there to be fat, potentially set up rocks, but I don't really care if it does, I guess. Like, the only thing that really affects is it breaks my Focus Sash on Kartana, but whatever. So overall, I basically expected everything. I maybe expected Klefki to come over something just so she had defog, but since she doesn't have defog, I'm just going to lead Shuckle 100% of the time. She leads Sunny, the Ninetales, which is fine. If she goes for a Flamethrower, it only does like 30% to me because I'm Spadef, so I can get rocks up and webs up. I decided to go for rocks first because Victini and Ninetales are a little bit scarier to me than lowering her speed for her team, but might as well get both up. Here I just go into Miltank because it's my designated switch in, and as you can see, that does a fuck ton of damage. I am thick fat, and I am having a ton of defense investment, but with that damage I'm able to tell that she's a Choice Banded Victini in the sun spamming V-Create, so thank God I have Melissa, because I don't know what else on my team would have really switched into that. Like Tapu Fini may have taken one, but maybe not, since it's a Scarf set this week. I didn't really calc that, but so I'm able to outspeed here because she gets the speed drop from V-Create, and I should be able to just go for a Milk Drink. If she stays in, it's whatever, but because of leftovers, I'm pretty much guaranteed to live, so I'm just gonna heal back up. She can get rocks up here, but honestly I don't really care. I can just go Shuckle and try to Encore Lock her if she ends up trying to go for a Wish or something here. But as you can see, I actually get a little unfortunate, and she just goes straight for the Seismic Toss, and then I Encore Lock her into Seismic Toss, which ends up being a little bit annoying because like, it ends up doing a pretty decent amount of damage to whatever switches in. I figure I can just go for a U-turn because I thought she was going to switch out, but I might as well just sack Shuckle at this point. And I'll go ahead and pause it on Chansey getting a kill in a game, because that normally doesn't happen too often. So she's at 68%, basically Encore locked into Seismic Toss at this point. But because she's Encore locked into Seismic Toss, I can pretty freely go Kartana, set up a Swords Dance, Since my Focus Sash is already broken with rocks anyway, it doesn't really matter if I take a Seismic Toss, and then I'll be up to +2 attack and be able to hopefully kill this thing off and then get a speed boost to be able to outspeed everything. So Kartana comes in. Because she's Encore locked still, because I went slower than her initially, her Encore ends here, but I'm already at a Swords Dance, so it doesn't matter. Just gonna go for a Sacred Sword. I don't think that was a roll, but because I'm Timid Kartana, it might have been. And also because I'm Timid Kartana, this is a roll to kill. I do have knockoff on this thing, so it should be able to pick up a kill here, but if she's any kind of like HP invested at all, it's a very, very, very minimal roll in my favor. And given how important Kartana is this game, like it can still pretty easily switch into both Garchomp and Leafeon if they're both physical. Set up a Swords Dance and then kill anyway. Since it's pretty important, I just decided that I'm going to go ahead and switch out here. I'm going to play it safe just because I might as well this game. As you can see, Flamethrower does 30%, but with leftovers I'm able to pretty easily just Milk Drink back up. She shows Will-O-Wisp, which is also fine because I also have Heal Bell. She takes this as an opportunity to go into Garchomp, which again is okay because I can just go into Tapu Fini. If Garchomp goes for a Poison Jab, it's not really going to hurt too much because I'm able to live. Swords Dance is scary because then it basically just means that she gets a kill with whatever she wants. So at this point, because I'm Choice Scarfed, I'm actually a little bit hesitant on what to do. I can't really go for anything but Ice Beam if I'm trying to kill Garchomp, and if she has Poison Jab on this Garchomp, it like obliterates me at this point. So I have to go for an Ice Beam. It's a roll, I think, at this health for it to kill, but it's a pretty heavy roll in my favor, and I managed to get it, which is nice. Since the sun's up, she decides to go Leafeon because Leafeon can just like completely decimate me with Leaf Blade here. So I'm just going to go into Kartana, try to save Tapu Fini as much as I can. Knocks off the Sass, which is whatever. But I realized if she had X-Scissor, which she went for right there, and I Swords Dance, I would have basically just lost Kartana for kind of no reason. I'm able to get a knockoff off and at least get rid of the Assault Vest, which is nice because Ice Beam definitely wouldn't have killed with an Assault Vest. Also, as a heads up, sorry if the video's stuttering. It looks like Chrome on Showdown is kind of acting up lately. Like, for once, this isn't actually my computer. This is just Showdown on Chrome being weird right now. So I'm going to go ahead and sack Kartana at this point because obviously it doesn't really do anything. I'm a little bit sad actually that Sun expired on this turn because I had a strategy where something died to Leafeon and then I Mega Evolved with Mega Alakazam, traced Chlorophyll, and because I traced Chlorophyll I would be faster than Leafeon and then Oko it. But unfortunately the Sun ended that turn, so it didn't really matter. I'm just going to go Flygon and go for a U-turn because it actually kills from here, which is nice. And then I can just go Alakazam anyway. She goes Manaphy, which is pretty scary because at this point I don't really know what she wants to go for. She can go for a Z Rain Dance to try to get her speed back up. She can try to go for a Tail Glow to try to basically just sweep through the rest of my team if she wants to. I don't really know if that would be a great idea just because she does underspeed my team. Or she can just go straight for damage and stuff. Since I'm at full, and because I don't actually need to be at full health really, I decided to actually just go for a substitute here, even though sub wasn't for Manaphy in any way, shape, or form. So I go for a sub, and it's a good thing I do because she actually shows that she's the Surf, I believe, and I only take 25% from that. Psyshock does 57. Surf doesn't kill because I actually had the investment for it, which is nice. And at this point, Mega Alakazam just actually kind of cleans up because of Rocks damage and because I'm modest. I'm able to just outspeed the rest of her team thanks to Webs and Psyshock stuff, or Shadow Ball stuff. Fortunately, she actually shows Quick Attack, so good prep on her part. I thought I was going to be able to get a Mega Zam sweep there. Victini Banded Quick Attack actually ends up doing a decent amount of damage, but Flygon helps to pick up at the end of the game. And overall, we win 3-0. Good game, Sunny. Like I said, Sun was actually kind of annoying for my team to prep for. Luckily, Mega Alakazam was actually a pretty surprisingly good rain counter. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be, but then it kind of just always ended up switching in with Chlorophyll in practice and being like super fast and stuff. Miltank was clutch this week because I definitely needed a V-Create switch in. I've owned Victini before, so I know how scary Banded V-Create is. Banded V-Create in the sun is even more terrifying, so you definitely need to have a switch or just be willing to sack something every time it comes in. And then Manaphy is always also really scary. So overall, we're 5-0, which is really cool. We play the Seattle Sigilyphs next week. Sorry. We play the Sigilyphs next week. They're 2-3, but I am not overlooking their record at all because they have a really good team. They've gotten a little bit unlucky some games and like whatever. But overall, it's going to be a really, really hard battle. We're 5-0 though, so it's really cool. Thank you guys for coming by and watching this one. It was a little bit faster because I actually took notes, so I didn't have to pause as much as I normally do. But overall, I think it was a pretty good game. Pretty well played on both sides. I think I just managed to kind of hazard stack and win, honestly, because I just had a pretty fast team. But I think we both played well. We both prepped well, I think. So next week's going to be really fun. Thank you guys for coming. Drop a like and subscribe if you're new. If you want to see any sets from these Pokemon that I haven't shown off yet, please feel free to let me know because I'm always interested in trying new stuff. I like to kind of think of myself as an experimental coach who likes to kind of try really weird shit with his Pokemon, to be honest. That sounded really weird. I'm probably going to edit that out, but have a good one, guys. I will see you later. Bye.